Life in a tent, it was hard, but it was beautiful. Life in a tent was a rites of passage. So I got to know my children more. I got to know my wife more. What we want doesn't matter. What we need is clean clothes, a shelter, food. We didn't even have electric, so we don't need electric. We got fire. We were working with fire. Do you know what I mean? We didn't have a washing machine. We were washing by hand. No pollution. No pollution in my nose, burning my eyes. I can drive in a car and the oil, the fumes burn my eyes. No noise pollution. There are dodgy people out there. There are dodgy Ghanaians out there. There are people from the diaspora that have come out here before us and are taking advantage of diasporans that are coming. They know who they are. There are a lot of them, dodgy people that want to take advantage of people that are in situations in the West where it's not so good. They want to come back home and, you know, they're being robbed.
When many think of relocating to Ghana, they have December in Ghana in mind. Have fun, stay in Accra and have a blast, attend festivals, link with friends, eat out and have the time of their life. However, that was not the case for this Jamaican family. To them, relocating to Ghana was about connecting with the motherland, being one with nature, finding a place of their own, building a home, nurturing their family on the land, and living completely off-grid of the noise, the pollution, and the vibrancy of Accra. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of the vlog. My name is Nduro Ganga, and this is the story of the King's family.
So when you came to Ghana, did you start by living in Accra?
Yes, so I came with my tent in order to buy land. And I went straight to Yahudah, which is in Abri, them sides. And I bought land. It was a dodgy deal, to cut a long story short. I was learning the ropes. So after 2 dodgy deals, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, 2 dodgy deals. So a Preddy and a Dukram, 2 dodgy deals. We went to Accra and said, let's just rent. We were staying with friends. We were staying with, you know, people offered us places to stay. We were practically homeless. And then we said, look, let's just rent. And renting was very hard. So the prices, people want 3 years, 2 years in advance. And if you can find somewhere for a month, which we did, well, you're paying like £1,000 or more to rent somewhere. And we did that for 3 months. And then I said, I can't do it no more. Let's go find land, pitch our tent and live. And that's our tent back there.
Okay. So I know, like you said, to cut the long story short, but there are so many people who might watch this and they sort of want to like come and buy land. Without getting into the details, maybe if you could just tell us what made you decide to go to them? What are some of the things that they told you that made you think it's a good deal? And then what were some of the things that you learned that made you realize it's a dodgy deal?
Okay, so I'm a very real person and I tell the truth. So I'll be very raw and uncut with this one. There are dodgy people out there. There are dodgy Ghanaians out there. There are people from the diaspora that have come out here before us and are taking advantage of diasporans that are coming. They know who they are. There are a lot of them, dodgy people that want to take advantage of people that are in situations in the West where it's not so good. They want to come back home and, you know, they're being robbed. What drew me to my first deal is that I saw this guy on YouTube being interviewed by a very big YouTuber who actually interviewed us. So I thought there was some credibility there. I contacted him. He was from the UK, but half Ghanaian. So I thought, okay, you know, I've heard the stories. So, you know, this guy's in the public and I contacted him. He had land. Come to find out when we're on the land, someone else said that they owned the land. I don't know how dodgy it was on his behalf or whether he was mixed up in the dodginess, I don't know. But what I can say, it was a dodgy deal and that I've heard other things since. So, you know, there are people that will take advantage of you and these people need to be outed. They do. Like, people come to me because they trust me to buy land. I've served over 50 families in helping them to buy land. They're all around here. Because they trust me. The integrity goes a long way. And we just need to have more integrity. As a brother coming back to the UK, why would you take advantage of me? It actually serves you in the long run more than it will serve you in the short run. Fast money goes quick. It really does. My workers will tell you that long money. They've worked with me for a year to where now they can buy themselves motorbikes. They can, you know, they can build their own houses because I pay them well, because they understand if we are loyal to Jamaica, they call me Jamaica, that we can work for him for another 5-6 years. And when he's building other houses, my workers are not here now, but they're building a house just down the road for a client that's asked me to build their house. So they just understand long money.
Yeah. So how did you find yourself in Amanase?
How did I find myself here? I told you off camera, with great difficulty. I contacted a brother called Joshua. You guys may have seen him on YouTube or Instagram, and he is doing his thing across the highway that way, living off grid and so forth. A very cool brother. I contacted him and he was very welcoming, and he invited us to stay there, and we stayed there for a few days, living in his tent, off grid. Completely loved it. Other than the Ntumwa that were biting us, that was the only thing that was that was an issue. And then he brought me to a guy here called Kwame, and since I met Kwame, it's just been, he's like kind of like the chief in this area. He's literally just shown us so much love from day one, and he brought me to this land and he sold it to me. I've not had an issue, and every land that I've sold so far, or that I've purchased, I mean, I have 3 acres now, but I've sold over 50 acres of land. There's never been an issue, and that's all through Kwame.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's good Ghanaians out there. Not everybody is dodgy. You just got to use your spiritual discernment and do your due diligence and find the right people.
Yeah. So once you bought this land, what plan did you have with it, and talk to us about developing it?
First of all, finding workers, finding people that were loyal. In the first instinct, I fired like 25 people. Like, I fired 25 people because they had the mentality of fast money. They did a bamboo gate around this whole first acre. I didn't know how to do business with Ghanaians at that point. They asked for half up front. I gave them half. They did 1 day's work. I never saw them again. But I knew I would see them again eventually. And 3 months later, they came here and asked me for jobs. And I said, I remember you.
Yeah.
Go away. So yeah, first of all, finding the workers. And when I had fired those 25, I realized that I was really like depressed. Like, oh, how am I going to build my house? So the first part of this house I built myself. Literally, if you see in the first episodes, I put the bricks down. I wasn't doing everything by protocol. I wasn't, like, the foundation wasn't great. But I said, I've got to get something up for my family. We were in a tent. So I started putting the blocks down by myself. I was learning the trade on YouTube. And just started doing it by myself. And then I found my mason, who was brought to me by Kwame. And yeah, we just built this guest suite first. Then this is our main house. And then we built this. And now we're building an outdoor kitchen and storage room and so forth. So, yeah.
How was life in a tent?
Life in a tent, it was hard, but it was beautiful. Life in a tent was a rites of passage. So I got to know my children more. I got to know my wife more. We were more intimate. We couldn't run away from each other, so we got to know each other more. That had its bad times. There were times when we got on each other's nerves, but it gave us a sense of, you know, we felt fresh air all night long because the windows are mesh. So air was coming in all night long. It humbled us. It humbled us from coming from a 2-bedroom apartment in the UK where we have convenience, where we can go to Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Walmart, whatever you call it. Just having those convenience stores, just local, just, you know, it's easy. Being here, we had to cook for ourselves outside. We had to work with nature. So when 6 o'clock comes and the sun goes down, the Ntumwa come out, which are some like sandflies, and they bite hard. You can't be outside at that time. So we had to learn, like, food was a whole thing throughout the whole day. What we gonna eat? That was it. We just focused on what we gonna eat and washing clothes. That was the 2 main things, washing clothes and what we gonna eat. And it just made us realize that everything we think about in the West, all those distractions, they don't mean anything. All we need is what we need. What we want doesn't matter. What we need is clean clothes, a shelter, food. We didn't even have electric, so we don't need electric. We got fire. We were working with fire. Do you know what I mean? We didn't have a washing machine. We're washing by hand. As much as my wife hates it, she had to wash by hand. So, you know, it was a beautiful experience, and I wouldn't advise people go through it, but if you have to go through it, it's going to make you a man, or it's going to make you a woman. It's going to strengthen you.
Yeah. How how are you finding off-grid life, and why did you choose it? Why did you choose off-grid life, and how are you finding it?
Because I'm sick of the system and the governments. I'm sick of them charging you for water that's free from the earth. I'm sick of the electric cutting out because, you know, the infrastructure is not good. I'm sick of the government dictating how you should live when, you know, I know how I should live. The way the government wants me to live, well, you have me dead by the time I'm 50. Do you know what I mean? With the food you want to feed me and the stress you give me with the bills coming in. I don't even have a letterbox. No letters can come here because I don't have that. So I don't have that every day waking up, electric bill, water bill. Oh my God, where am I going to get this money from? Bills, bills, bills. I don't have that here. The water comes from my borehole over there. The Most High provides that. The electric, granted, is on grid. I have the electric from ECG, but we're working towards solar panels. We have a river down there. You know, I can generate power from the river if I really wanted to. And I will. Eventually we'll be completely off grid. I think Bob Marley said it. He said, I'm not really into the system thing. I'm not really into the system thing. I like to govern myself because I don't like the government and the way they govern people. So I like to govern myself.
Yeah. And how is life just outside of the noise and the distractions and the traffic? And
peaceful. No pollution. No pollution in my nose, burning my eyes. I can drive in a car and the oil, the fumes burn my eyes. No noise pollution. Other than the birds.
Yeah.
And the chickens, which I don't mind. Like all of that is peace. It's soothing to the soul. It makes you feel like you're alive. And it also makes you be in tune with yourself. So you're not distracted, your head's not, you can think. Not only are you in tune with yourself, but you're in tune with God, with the Most High. And it just strengthens you and makes you a much better person, in my opinion.
Yeah. Beyond just what you do for yourself, you're growing, and you would like for many more people to have this experience. Talk to us about the villages that you're setting up.
So I'm building Yahudah village. Yahudah village, those that know what it means, they know what it means, is Judah or Yahudah from the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm building a village. It's currently at 50 acres. We're nearly at capacity, and this village will be a righteous, sacred village for people of the diaspora, whether you're from Jamaica, America, Canada, UK, Bahamas. We have people from all over the world that have already invested into this. And this will be a village that will be set apart. And we will show people all around the world how you live a self-sustainable life, how you live together, how you love your neighbor, how you be obedient to the Most High. And really, that's what the village is about. So, you know, I say to your viewers, if that resonates with anybody, go to our channel, watch the Yahudah Village video, or contact us for a consultation, and, you know, and see if that, we're making it easier for people. So we don't charge an arm and a leg for the land. Like, I literally cover my fees and I give them the actual price. For people that are single mothers, single parents, elderly, widows, it's my duty to make sure you have land. It's my duty as a man to make sure you have land. So there's things that we can do, like payment plans, discounts. There's a lot of things we can do because it's not about money. Yahudah Village is bigger than me. It's not, I'm just the tool that the Most High is using to make it happen.
Yeah, and you know, people sometimes are like, should I go or should I not go? From what you've experienced, why would you tell them that this is something that they should try at least once in their lifetime or consider?
Just because, you know Stockholm Syndrome? So Stockholm Syndrome, if you was kidnapped by your kidnapper and you've been there for so long, even when he tells you to go, you want to stay. And that's what a lot of us have in the West. We were kidnapped and we were brought to these foreign shores. And even though the cage door is now open, we're still mentally slaved and we keep ourselves there. So even if this doesn't resonate with you, take a trip, take a holiday, just to see. I tell you, when the motherland grips you, it will grip you. And it might not be Ghana, it might be Kenya, it might be Tanzania, it might be Ethiopia, but it will grip you, I can guarantee you. And you know, it will hold you, and it will take you through a rites of passage and cleanse you of those Western habits of that Stockholm syndrome. And then you'll have a better outlook on life. Even if you decide to go back to the West, you will never think the same.
What if someone is considering, like, maybe reaching out to you or the Yahudah village? What is the village offering them?
The village is offering them security. It's offering them a village with like-minded people that believe in the Most High, that are righteous and that are obedient and follow His commandments. It's offering them amenities. It's offering them schools that will teach their children the way they should be taught, and not all of this foolishness that they're putting in the schools these days. It will give them a sense of belonging. It will give them self-sustainability. So we will all barter with each other. You sell pineapples, I sell bananas. Well, let's trade. It's not like we don't want money, but we want to learn to live without it. The world, who knows where the world's going to be in 10 years? The financial system, who knows where it's going to be? This is a place where you can be and feel safe. This is a place where if the world crumbles, well, we can still survive here because we have solar panel, we have free water, we can bargain amongst each other. The food is poisonous, but the food we grow in is organic, and you know, we can trade with each other. So they're getting that and a whole lot more. I don't know what the Most High has in store.
Yeah, and just most important, just a community of people who understand what you've been through and where you're going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. Let's talk about maybe estimates before somebody reaches out to you, because someone might think, can I really afford this?
Well, like I said, we offer what do you call it, like payment plans and discounts. Generally, an acre is like £3,000 an acre, or $3,800 an acre for Yahudah village. But I'm actually I'm going to stop selling acres. I think I've sold enough acres, and the next phase of Yahudah village, I'll be selling plots. I didn't want to sell plots initially because I didn't want it to be like, you know, an estate kind of thing. But the way we're going to plan it now, and the way we have, you know, the visual artists we've been working with, the way we have it planned out, we're able to sell plots. Not all single mothers can manage an acre. This is hard just for me, 1 acre. I've got another 2 over there I've not touched. This is hard. So if you're a single mother or elderly and you just want to retire, you might just want a plot. And a plot is a lot of space. Like, that's probably a plot that we're looking at right there.
Yeah, that's a lot of space.
That's a lot of space. That's like 2-3 houses you can have on there, a swimming pool, and you can garden and have room. So, you know, we'll be selling plots soon.
Very interesting. And you were saying of the 50 acres, they're going so fast.
There's only 4 acres left, and then there's plots. So there's 4 acres remaining, then there's plots. We will extend it to 150 acres. That's in the pipeline. So if people want to get on the list for that, they can, but we're focused on phase 1 right now.
Yeah. Again, as we come to a close, how can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Life with the Kings. That's Life, L-Y-F-E. Kings is spelt with 2 I's. You can find me on Instagram, Life with the Kings. You can find me on Facebook, Daniel King, King with 2 I's. And you can WhatsApp me. I'll give you the WhatsApp number, and you can put that in the description.
Yeah. So I'll attach your YouTube link, your IG link, and the WhatsApp number on the description. And then I'll, if it's okay with you, the Yahudah village video.
Most definitely.
I will attach it also so that people can go watch it, know what it's all about. That when you're reaching out with some background information.
Exactly. What I would say is pray about it before you come to me, please. Do your due diligence. If in doubt, there's a video on our channel called Before You Contact Me. And I have hundreds of people contacting me, and a lot of it is a waste of time, and they just want to talk to me. I'm not here for that. I'm here for people that are serious, that want to be a part of Yahudah village. And if you don't want to be a part of Yahudah village, we have other land aside from that. You want to have your land and do your own thing, you can do that. So just do your due diligence. Pray to the Most High. Ask Him, is this the one for me? Yay or nay? Simple.
Yeah.